13. Mastery. A literary naturalist taking a gap year to travel after being fired met an old man. He explained labor as obligation decoupled from capital with catastrophe necessary. An unfaithful Baptist minister claimed labor to require multidimensional righteousness. The expectations of society and its power structures trump the spiritually transcendent. Vocation frees one from anxiety, but you still need to do your damn job. Reality requires discipline. An old philosopher emphasized the importance of ritual. Reality requires dedication to boredom. Like Ben Franklin, a basketball player practiced a lot during childhood, hour upon hour, day after day. Skill mastery requires slowing down to store perfect knowledge in your big shaggy. Music too slow to recognize 90-second golf swings. Blind dancers. Maya Angelou wrote 5.5 hours every single day alongside Bible and her booze. John Cheever, the writer, dressed up for no one before undressing himself in basements. Another writer produced 2,500 words a day with the help of servants and stimulants. A discipline is freedom, because the mind is scattered, weak, and fearful. Geography needs to be structured and rituals enforced. Cool your passions by putting the task at the center of your mind. Come to understand strengths and limitations to create your own individual methods. Journalism manages structures, and groveling is my favorite part of the writing process. State enforcement, programmer, educator. Love your neighbor by just doing your job. Vocation cures the sickness of self-centeredness. Vocation grows happiness through self-centeredness. 99.9% of your choices have already been chosen. So commitment is recommitment. The governor of Arkansas was raised by a poor single mother. Now he's widely popular. According to a New York pastor, this was due to him having no national ambitions. We go to church to resist changing. Progress is wonderful, but reassuring consistency is divine. Insight can compensate for lost mental capacity. Force fields drive chess, and architecture frames music. Bruce Springsteen was inspired by Elvis when he was a kid. He made his mom rent him a guitar, but then quit because it was too hard. I credit his eventual success to poverty and family misery, which led to nervous tics. He then again was inspired by the Beatles. People focus on the superficial due to insecurities regarding their knowledge and sincerity. Young people should just start doing what they want to do, like Bruce Springsteen did. He bought a guitar, joined a band, sucked, and was eventually kicked out of that band. He then studied Keith Richards and local guitarists in the drudgery of his craft. After playing every venue locally, he moved to a new town and impressed at open mic. Some artists create the taste by which they will be judged, while others just suck. 95% of your failures are because you just suck. Wisdom is subjective and democracy insufficient. Springsteen wrote about things he didn't do, like drinking, working, and driving cars. Admitting hypocrisy, he defined art as projected brand rather than the truth one lives. Many artists derive great power from being antisocial. His first two records didn't sell, but the third brought success and social validation. The obvious natural progression of everyone's desires to increase profitability. It is morally courageous to reject healing one's trauma while in the pursuit of stardom. Springsteen would eventually question social forces behind his miserable childhood. The paradox is that unchosen responsibility trumps freedom from oppression. Springsteen believed freedom to be defined by limitations and swore himself to territory. Bruce now sells Jersey in Spain because more boundaries and less movement define us. A prominent sociologist says that labels shape lives. Houses in black neighborhoods lose value over time, though anyone can self-identify. This sociologist gave up a good job for a shitty one trying to be helpful. Life is coherent and fullest when one totally commits to submitting to a central good.